What is an IRRRL? IRRRL. Say it 3 times fast. Interest rate reduction loan. It's not easy to say 3 times fast, but it's a very cool refinance, specifically for VA loans. The reason I say it's very cool is because it's easy. If you've ever gone through a refinance or any type of mortgage, you know there's a lot of documentation we need in order to get a mortgage approved. But the VA IRRRL or IRRRL interest rate reduction loan is nice and easy. No appraisal is needed. No hard credit pull is needed. No income docs are needed. Yeah, you get the idea. Basically, we just need good mortgage history, and you need to have been in the home for at least 6 monthly payments, regular time monthly payments, before you can do your interest rate reduction loan. Now, here's the cool thing about an IRRRL. One, it is just a way of very easily getting your interest rate reduced if you are at a higher interest rate than what the current market is. Number two, you can finance in the closing costs. So you don't have many, if any, out-of-pocket costs when you go to do your interest rate reduction loan. Say it fast, it's hard. Now, with the interest rate reduction loan, there are closing costs. You're going to have to pay those title fees and just the closing costs that you normally would have on any type of refinance, but they are typically financed into the loan. So you shouldn't have many, if any, closing costs that you need to do out of pocket at all. With an interest rate reduction loan, you can't get cash out, which means that you're not going to be doing debt consolidation, or if you have a first mortgage and a second mortgage, you're not going to be combining those. It is literally just to refinance that VA first mortgage loan. Also, the VA has thresholds that we must meet to make sure that you are getting enough of a reduction to make it make sense. With that being said, talk to a trusted mortgage professional about doing your interest rate reduction loan, because that threshold is maybe a little more aggressive than I would feel comfortable with. Meaning, I could get you to that threshold by charging you a lot of points on the loan just to make it seem that we're getting a lot of discount and a lot of savings. But if you're moving soon after you close on that loan, 2-3 years, it may not be worth it to do the interest rate reduction loan. So you don't want to talk to somebody you don't trust when it comes to doing that interest rate reduction refinance. One other thing about the IRRRL, as with all VA loans, it is an assumable loan. So let's just say you get that interest rate reduction loan and you get a nice low interest rate and rates in the future go way high. When you go to sell that property, you could choose very carefully, there are strings attached to this, but you could choose to let someone assume your mortgage and that low interest rate. This goes for any VA loan, including your interest rate reduction loan. This came in really handy when the interest rates were like 3 to 4%, now that we're at 6 and 7. As long as your buyer had cash to pay the difference between your loan and the purchase price, they could apply for and do an assumption. It's a nice selling technique to get your house sold a little bit faster. Now, if you're a realtor or a lender or someone in the real estate industry that would like to use this information to create some content for your social media, a TikTok, a reel, something like that, make sure you go check out rechargingwithchampions.com. We do have scripts in the members only site, so make sure and go check those out. This is going to be under your July scripts, but we also have scripts going all the way back to January. So if you need some content ideas, there are tons of ideas for you, along with scripts to help you just know what to say before you start hitting recording. But the idea is we want you to be the narrative. Go make some video content, be the guru in your market, find the content that speaks to you in your market, and just go out there and make a video. We'll see you next time.